What's happening? I got a story. This ain't really no story. I'm gonna tell y'all how I stopped being controlling. All my life, I've been controlling as fuck. I'm the older sibling, and then the kids in my age bracket, I'm the oldest of all of them. So I was as kids, I was basically controlling everything we did. I was controlling everything, and I took that shit into adulthood. Even in relationships, I'm controlling as a motherfucker. And fucking I'm lost. Oh yeah, so I'm gonna tell y'all I'm gonna tell y'all how I stopped being controlling. It happened in prison, but even before prison though, I knew I had an issue, but I didn't really know what it was. You feel me? Hey, let me put my trees out right quick, y'all. Let me put my trees out. I got my shit just burning and shit. But anyway, it happened while I was in prison. It happened while I was in prison. Before that, I knew that I had an issue, but I didn't know it was controlling. Like I didn't look at myself for real. I didn't know it. I didn't know it was controlling like that. In my head, I'm just like, I gotta win by any means. Like, son, no matter what the situation is, it has to be in my favor. You know what I mean? And that's how I've always played it, always. And so, anyway. Let's go to before I go to prison. So before I go to prison, I'm messing with my daughter's mom, and trying to think of a nice way to say this. No, I don't want to disrespect nobody, but I let's just say I knew from the gate I didn't want to be with her. Like, it wasn't that type of party with her. I knew it from the gate. There was nothing she could have said or done to change my mind. We'll just leave that at that right there. So I was the most controlling with her though, and I let her see more than I've ever let any other chick see. And she was like on some weird shit with me. Like, she was like crazy. I don't want to say obsessed, because I really think the bitch is fake crazy. I think it was some clown ish. You dig me? But when I would try to shake her, because I knew I had to shake her, because I just knew it wasn't gonna work. Like, man, I ain't gonna disrespect the girl. You know what I mean? But I just knew it wasn't gonna work. We'll leave it at that. So there's times where I did try to get away from the girl, and she would just go crazy. I'm talking crazy, scratching me, digging in my skin, punching, kicking, breaking shit, man, cutting herself. At one time, I got away from her ass, and her grandma called me like probably like 20 minutes later, like, she took all my bills, take her to the hospital. I was like, fuck, this goofy. So I took her though. Man, that's the most embarrassing shit ever, to be in the hospital for that reason. Is yeah, she lied, but they was looking like they knew what time it was. You feel me? And I'm like, fuck. You know what I mean? How the fuck I get here? You dig? Anyway, I was the most controlling with this girl, and the time. But when I get to the time where I end up going to prison, I was fucked up. I ain't even gonna lie. I was popping 30s, I'm them Roxy's. I was popping those. The motherfuckers fire too. I was popping them. I wasn't on no dope fiend shit though. Like, nigga was boo. Nigga had a whip. We was staying with her grandma, but the nigga had a whip. Nigga was still getting his yaper. You know, the dope game had slowed down at this point though. Like, meth and heroin took over for a few years after that. At this time, well, this is the beginning of it though. So at this time, I'm barely clocking, but I'm doing my stuff. You know what I mean? I'm doing that. That's what's keeping me ahead. And anyway, I'm fucked up, popping 30s. I'm fucking on the run. You feel me? And I bounced from Salt Lake to Texas, back to Salt Lake, and I left a brazy trail doing that. News headlines and all that. You know what I mean? But anyway, no trace gang. You dig me? Anyway, fucking before, I remember the day that it actually happened, that I actually I think this was the day before actually, but I remember the day too. But the day before I went to jail, I remember waking up and I was like, "Fuck, I'd rather be dead than be living how I was living." Like I didn't want to be with old girl. I'm popping 30s. I'm jacking every day. I'm on everything, everybody. It was wild. And on top of it, I'm on the run, and it ain't it's no fun being on the run, you know. So I want to change, but I can't. I ain't got it in me. So I knew that I had to crash out, and I told my mom that I knew I had to crash out. I remember my relative when I was in Texas, Merv, R.I.P. R.I.P. I love her, but I remember her telling me when I went to her house in Dallas before I got back out here, and she was like, "Just you and old girl, just stay here, get you a job, and chill. Cause you go back, you go into the pen." And I remember telling her like, "I know, like I have to, cause if I don't, it's gonna get way worse. Cause I got that. My dad's alcoholic. He's on drugs, been like that for years. You feel me? My mom, she ain't ever drink, smoke like that. She used to smoke like that, but she even stopped that very young. Like she don't do shit at all. You feel me? And but I knew I had that addiction shit in me too. I got a few people in my family addicted to stuff. So I fuck with 30s heavy. Like even to this day, I think that shit's fire. But I don't fuck with them because I know if I touch them, I'm going crazy with it. You feel me? But anyway, fuck, I got lost with that. Yeah, I wake up that day feeling this way. And the day before that, I remember the police. We was going outside, and at the same time, the police was pulling up, and I swear, I feel in my heart, I felt like they was there for me, but I just kept going because I'm thinking like, shit, if I can make it down the stairs, I can get on their ass. You feel me? So we just keep going, act normal about it. And I remember while we're walking up, they walking down, and they staring at me the whole fucking time. They go to the other house, but the motherfuckers didn't open the door for some reason, but they're staring at me the whole time. I swear, I felt they was for me. But they let me go, I guess. And then oh yeah, and then like about a few days before this, my auntie tells me the police was at her house because I used her address a lot when I used to get locked up, and they tell me that she tells me that they're looking for me, and this is the shit I end up going to the pen on. I'll tell that story too. That shit was wild, but fucking, she tells me that, so I'm feeling it. Like I can feel something in the air for sure. And I knew what time it was. And I remember the day before that same night I felt that way about I'd rather die than be living the way I was living. Fucking later on that day, I told old girl, I was like, let's go sleep at your mom's because I wasn't feeling right. And we did that. I wake up, and even that whole day was off, like the whole fucking day. And I remember we're at old girl's relatives, and when we about to leave, and I'm telling her, I'm like, I'm about to go hit this, and she's like, no, why you want to rob shit? Like, what? Like, what the fuck are you talking about? You feel me? So I'm like, bitch, get out then. You feel me? And she driving. I let her drive because I was drinking over there with them. So I let this girl drive. And she started tripping. I'm in my head. I'm like, what the fuck? So I'm not even trying. I end up telling her. I was like, you know what? I ain't even tripping. Let's just go back to the crib because I'm tired anyway. And she just kept going, kept going, kept going. And she's in the driver's seat. I'm in the passenger seat. And she pulled out a little bit and she stopped. And she put the motherfucker in park. And in my head, while she's talking, I'm gonna just grab this bitch and pull her all the way through my side, drag her, not drag her, but pull her through my side, boom, and push her down the alley. Nah, I ain't pushing hard though. I ain't even gonna lie to you, but I wasn't trying to do it. I was just like, fuck this, cause I really wasn't. I wasn't trying to hear it. I really was just trying to go lay down, and go play the PlayStation or some shit. Like I just wasn't feeling it. Like I said, the day was off. So I do that though. I snatch the whole, and I like walk her down the alley a little way, and I push her, and I'm trying to beat her to the car, but I didn't push her hard though. So I pushed her and I book it to the car. This bitch made it the same time I made it. But anyway, she does that. As soon as she does that, two cars pulling. And they got their lights on, but they're brighter than a motherfucker. And I know they the police, but they ain't hit the lights. And I can't see, because we all got our lights on, so I can't see shit. So I back up. Cause I know if I back up, they're gonna make a move after that. So I back up, back in the parking spot. And these motherfuckers hit the lights instantly, hop out, quick as a motherfucker, got the guns on me. I just hit the gas. No, I asked the old girl, I was like, where's the pistol? She said right here, and she's like right here on the floor. And mind you, I was in the passenger side, so I'm feeling on the floor on the driver's side. I'm like, bitch, and I just hit the gas, woo. And I thought they was gonna let it loose on me because they in the positions, you feel me? But they jump out the way. Now I'm smashing down the alley. I don't know how I made that shit. I just looked at that shit and just hit the, hit the fucking steering wheel because it was a narrow ass turn, and I turned like this because I'm thinking they gonna start dumping on me. And so they get out the way, boom. We go down the alley. I'm yelling, bitch, with a pistol, with a pistol, with a pistol. She's like, he's right here. She pull it up. I'm like, bitch, throw that shit out the fucking window. She's like, all right. And she act like I don't know if she did or didn't, but the bitch made a motion. I heard a thump. Nigga, I thought the bitch did. And so when she did that, I hit to the other side of the alley and I bounce out. And I'm thinking the bitch, like I said, through the pistol. So I bounce out, boom. I hit the fucking fence. I hit a couple more fences, but I see these big ass fucking bushes in the back of this house. And mind you, let me say this. If I would have kept going, I would have burnt them motherfuckers. The police report said they ain't know where the fuck I went. But my dumb ass stopped. I ain't no dumb shit because I think it's stupid if you take them on a long race. You feel me? Because you're going to get jammed up. So I'm thinking, boom. But I should have kept running. The only fucking reason I stopped running, that was the dumb part, really. The only reason I stopped is because them bushes. I was like, damn, this motherfuckers. It was all the whole back of their house on the gate and everything. So I jump in the motherfuckers. And this another thing I didn't know at the time, but the owner heard me. And he was on his porch when they was coming. They was looking for me. He's like, whoa, he's back here. So anyway, they come back there. And I hear the dog. I know they got the dog. And they're like, come out, whoa, we're gonna send the dog. I don't say nothing. And I'm like this. I'm curled up because I'm thinking this motherfucker ain't gonna smell me, nigga. You know what I mean? I don't know. You gotta see it to believe it. You see that shit on TV, but I gotta see it to believe it. So I don't say shit. They say it again. Boom. I don't say shit. And I remember them letting them loose. And I remember seeing this fucking shadow go by. And I'm sitting there. Because it was a little second before he found me. It was a little second. And I'm like, damn, as soon as I thought, I was like, this nigga he don't smell me. As soon as I said that, nigga, he snatched my shit up. The motherfucker manhandling me back there. I swear to God. Big ass dog. Nigga, I'm fucking spacked. I'm like, fuck. And then the only reason they got that dog off me, because I'm like, this motherfucker's breaking my leg. He's breaking my motherfucking leg. Because the shit was hurting so bad. I felt it when I'm getting weaker, when I'm screaming. Because I'm like, and I'm going lower. My voice, I can feel it. Because this nigga, that shit hurt. This motherfucker was not playing. I swear to God. They probably didn't feed that nigga or something all day. They waiting to catch a motherfucker. They want him to catch something. That's his little lunch or some shit. He was tearing me up, though. And I'm screaming, oh, he breaking my fucking leg. He breaking my leg. They let him go. They get him off me finally. And, man, I can't even really feel my leg for real. And I'm in shock. Like, this nigga really bit me. And this shit hurt like a motherfucker. So they're telling me to come out, but I'm like, fuck. Like, I can't even feel my legs, so I just start moving my arms a little bit, and I started moving, and they just grabbed me. They jam me up, do. You already know how that go. Foot all in your face, can't breathe, nigga, kick, you already know. Anyway, they jammed me up, get me hemmed up. And I remember I had just fucking bought this Crooks and Castle fucking outfit, top and bottom. Both of them motherfuckers cost like $80 each. Just bought this bitch like a day or two ago at the time, and they got me on the curb. And then the ambulance lady comes, and the cops talking to me, and she just start cutting my shit. I'm like, what the fuck you doing? I jumped up. Like, what the fuck is that? I didn't feel the burn. I didn't feel the dog bite at that time. At that point, shit, cut my motherfucking outfit, bitch. Shit. Anyway, she started cutting my shop, jump up. I'm like, what are you doing? Like, don't cut. I just bought this. She's like, no, we gotta cut it. We gotta see the thing. I'm like, nah, I'm good. I'll pull my pants down. She's like, nah. And they made me sit back down and they cut my shit. I was like, God damn. I even had to go to the pen in that. Because when you go to the pen, they got to change you out. You can't go in the bounty colors. You got to get changed into your original clothing. And then you change to the prison clothing. Then I had to go with that. So I got one leg just blaring out. I was so motherfucking mad. I was like, fuck, I'm going to prison anyway. Fuck it. But nigga, that shit was wild. But anyway, so while I'm in prison, I didn't read none of that true crime. I didn't do none of that bullshit. I mean, I still participated in the politics, For that's just what it is. But I decided I was gonna read self help books, fact books. I'm reading all type of books to further my mind and stuff like that. I still stuck to my mafia true crimes. I read those and true crimes. Those are the two I couldn't let go. But the business for dummies, all that stuff. I read all that stuff in there, and I finally realized it though that I was controlling. I was a controlling motherfucker, and I let a lot of shit blew up in my face because of it. A lot of shit. It was so but anyway, when I get out, I ended up messing with my daughter's mom, and fucking, it was the same situation. It's an easy situation. That's why I allowed it, because I did try to get away from me, because that's a whole story in itself right there. Like, that was low key some trap shit and some snake ass shit. But anyway, we're gonna keep that where that's at right now, because she gone. Anyway, fucking. Anyway, we end up going through the same similar situation, talking about like controlling wise, and it was so easy to do it with her, because it wasn't like I didn't have to ask for anything. She just did it. Like, she would just, I won't even say ask, because I ain't asking for shit anyway like that. Like, I do everything by my damn self. But she would volunteer things to the point where in my mind I'm like, I'm starting to expect these things. Or if I feel like you're hiding something about my motherfucking paper, you know? But that, I ain't rocking like that no more. I wouldn't ever rock like that again. My head was fucked up. I'm fucked up in the head at these times. Like, in prison, I'm not really fucked up, but like I said, it was just too easy. It was so easy. You feel me? So that's why that situation even lasted as long as it did. Like, it shouldn't even have been that long. And really, I ain't gonna say that. The reason why it lasted so long was some other shit, but it wasn't even long though. But it was some other shit. Once I got parole, I ended it though. And even that, I had to do it controlling, because I'm learning in prison that I'm a controlling bastard. So I knew that I had to shake this girl. She was the last thing that I had to get rid of, that controlling part. And now that's not in me no more. But I'm just telling this story to say, if you stressed out going through something, look in the mirror. Talk to your damn self. You gotta be truthful. If you done some sucker shit, you gotta be able to say, nigga, that was some sucker shit. Can't be tough all the time. You can't be big dog all the time. You dig me? Even women, you can't be the baddest at all times. It's not gonna happen. I mean, you can be the baddest in your mind, but in reality, it's not that way. Everybody perceives things different. But if you're struggling with something, let that shit go. It's not that. It's not that. It's whack. It's gonna hurt you in the long run. Cause shit blew up in my face so many times. Like, even that situation, but that situation was on purpose. I did that on purpose. But yeah, check yourself. If you stressing about something, fuck your problems. It ain't like you got cancer. And if you do got cancer, I pray for you. Keep your head up. You dig? Leave no traces. No traces. No traces.